This morning, Josh Scheinblum is live in Davenport.
He's got an up-close look at the new radar there, scanning skies over eastern Iowa. Josh, good morning.
You know, the weather balloon has been used since the 1940s, and it is still one of the most reliable and one of the easiest predictors for severe weather that the National Weather Service still uses. Now, just moments ago, over outside of this garage here, they brought that weather balloon out. They walked it right here into the middle of this piece of asphalt. They shot it high into the air, and it's going to be used to be predicting all this weather. And by the way, what a way to come to the National Weather Service when it is absolutely foggy out here. And those weather balloons are just the kind of thing that we need on days of severe weather. We're here this morning with Steve. Steve, why don't you come on over here and join me? Steve is a meteorologist here with the National Weather Service. Now, Steve, we're talking about just how great these things are, but how great are they for predicting severe weather?
Well, actually, like you said, it's one of the oldest technologies we have, but it's very important because it has an instrument on it called the radiosonde, and as it goes up into the atmosphere, this records the pressure, temperature, humidity, and where the wind is blowing. And actually, these balloons go 20 miles high, about 100,000 feet, and they expand because the air gets thin and they pop, and then they'll fall down to the ground with a parachute. Now, normally they're launched locally 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. each day, but if we have severe weather possibly coming, we'll launch one at 1 p.m. in the afternoon to give us an updated profile of what the atmosphere looks like to help us predict severe storms.
So we're talking about the new dual-pole Doppler radar system you guys have, but the weather balloon is a huge tool, despite all the technology we have, that really goes and helps that.
Absolutely, because the information gathered by these balloons go into our computer numerical models back in Washington, D.C., and that data helps us forecast what the weather's going to be, whether it's just fog like today or whether it's going to be severe weather, such as like tornadoes or high winds or any other type of weather at all. You know, they're really an important part of our program.
So no matter what kind of technology you have out there, those weather balloons are at the front line, and as you saw them rise right up there to the sky here live on CBS 2 this morning, you can tell they are still a very big deal in helping us predict. So stay with us here this morning. If you look back over here, that is what we're talking about, the new dual Doppler radar system that helps us predict the weather over here at Channel 2, all run by the National Weather Service. So make sure you stay with us so we can tell you a little bit about it and all of those things that help us predict severe winter weather, summer weather, any kind of weather. For now, we are in Davenport. Josh Scheinblum, CBS 2 News.
Josh Scheinblum live this morning in Davenport.
He's got an inside look, an up-close look at a new radar that's right now scanning the skies over eastern Iowa. Josh.
You guys remember we were outside, we were looking at the Doppler radar a little bit earlier, that new dual Doppler that they have here in Davenport, which helps serves us in Lynn and Johnson counties all across the corridor and in eastern Iowa, some 36 counties in fact. But this is the nerve center. This is what we're looking at. They have lots of cool computer models, all used to predict that severe weather that should it happen during any season, whether it be hail, tornadoes, rain, snow, you name it, this is where it is. Now earlier this morning at our 6 a.m. shot, we launched off a weather balloon live here on CBS 2 this morning. How does that weather balloon look? What's it telling us?
Basically, this is the picture of what when we process the data, and we can compare what the actual observation is, which is the green line, with a model. And the important thing for the listener is that it shows our cloud deck is deeper than the models are forecasting. So here, especially to our east, the chances of the clouds hanging around are going to be higher than what we were currently forecasting.
And I think we can tell that with all of the fog. Now, I'm told that weather balloon is some 90,000 feet right now, up in the sky, right over eastern Iowa right now. That means it's almost in space. But what about all that information that's coming in from that radar system that we showed you outside? That's what these screens are showing over here. And you can see there's all of eastern Iowa. There's Lynn County. There's Johnson County. It doesn't look like a whole lot's going on right now.
Like you show, here's Lynn County with Cedar Rapids, and right here in Scott County, that black dot is where our radar is. This blue area you're looking at is not precipitation. We call that ground clutter. And but you can see the distance from Lynn County to our radar is about 60 miles, and that's the optimum range for detecting tornadoes. Circulations in the atmosphere.
So when it comes to tornadoes in Cedar Rapids and Iowa City, we really are in the ideal location for predicting and getting up to the second information.
Right. That's correct.
So we are in the best spot, you know, you can be with that new dual Doppler radar system being right over here in Davenport. So very lucky we are, and what a responsibility that is, you know, to help give us that information. For now, we are in Davenport. Josh Scheinblum, Fox 28 News at 7.